welcome back to another episode of the Unturned podcast. I'm your host, cucuycharles, and we're joined once again by the Knight Rider.
Yo!
Trident Games.
I hate Albert. Watching copy.
Staswalle.
Oh.
Hi, did you know that you have rights?
Diddlyono.
Okay.
Yo.
And we have a special guest today, SirAdy.
I mean,
good evening.
Technically, I'm a special guest too.
Shut
I'm
up!
like
No, you're
others.
not.
Okay,
you're
I'm just
the
a
guy
regular
that
guest.
I promised I would show up on an
You're
episode
not
with
that guy,
SirAdy,
pal.
one of the older episodes, so I had to come through with the promise that you don't
Man.
even remember.
Yeah, man, I'm playing Destiny 2.
Yeah, this guy
Listen,
told me.
if we measure the amount of being special, I think Addy is the most special here, okay?
Night.
I'm
You know,
Why are you
You're
calling
saying
SirAdy
special.
special for?
I mean, is he wrong?
No, he's not. He's not special. You know, he's just he's got a few challenges. I mean, but there's no need to call him special. You know.
You're not the same.
What?
Can we start the app actually?
The app has
We
been
did,
started.
though.
The app
A
has
while
been started.
ago.
I already
Yeah.
introduced everybody. SirAdy, alright, SirAdy, let's start with the first questions I usually ask
Hi.
the regular players.
All right, let's do it.
Mhm.
You've been in this game for a bit. You've done a bit of content, you know. Do you
A
think
little bit.
when did you start? Actually, I want to ask this. When did you start playing Unturned?
2015 February maybe.
When did you start making content on Unturned?
2016 July.
Are you happy with your older content on your YouTube channel?
Reasonably. Yeah.
Do you think that potentially Knight Rider was on course to beat you when it comes to lore, or do you think he was never ahead?
I'm not entirely
Hold on,
sure.
pausing. I gotta listen to this.
I'm not entirely sure what that means. Like to beat.
Yeah, what do you mean
when it
beating
comes
him
to-
in
I'm fucking
lore?
with you.
I
I'm
mean,
just messing. I wanted Knight
what
to
does that
say
mean?
something.
No. What does that mean? What is it? First
We
of
need
all,
to have
SirAdy,
a lore duel.
big fan. You're a big inspiration for me.
Thank
I love you.
I'm a big fan of the Knight Rider, and I'm happy he could be here tonight. After
Aw, thank you. I
I'm not.
appreciate that.
Wait, do you think that like I wouldn't invite him on because he left?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought he was exiled.
He's technically not a host anymore, so
He's technically not a host, but that doesn't mean he can't show up for
It
the
do
show.
be like that.
I'm glad he's here.
He's a slightly less special guest.
He was okay. To be fair, I can't disrespect Knight because he's been a big help on the entire podcast as a whole. Can't really
We
disrespect
can't
Yeah.
disrespect him.
Yeah, he's been mostly paying me for the thumbnails. So.
Don't
No, you
don't
can-
let
no,
them
you
know
can-
that.
Oh yeah, true.
Knight
Yeah,
has spent so much money on this
Who's
fucking
gonna?
show.
I mean, yeah, who's gonna pay you now, Staswalle?
Me. Me.
No, it's actually been building
You're
up
welcome
over
for
time.
that,
You still have to
Charles.
pay.
Actually, no. There's this guy that I know. He's the benefactor of like a lot of things, but like
the benefactor? Holy crap, he's the benefactor!
Silly night.
and he's paying Stas's money now.
That's
That's his wages.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Speaking of that, Stas, I need to commission you for something.
Awesome. I
He
need
needs
like
boss fight
€6
music.
I need like €6 for the unturned stickers. So yeah.
you still need that?
Oh yeah,
It's kinda
wait, you
good.
never,
Real?
wait,
Stickers are real?
Yeah.
what
I
unturned
cannot-
I
stickers?
don't believe.
Okay, this is SirAdy's episode, by the way.
I don't
True,
care.
true. SirAdy, what
kidding,
got
I'm
you, SirAdy, what got you into Unturned lore at the very, very beginning when it was not as in depth as it is nowadays?
Well, the first update, which added notes to the game, had come out just a couple months before, and it was still a generally unexplored venue of the game. But what got me to make the videos was one evening I was just watching one of Holt Baker's streams, and I asked him to make a video on this story, and he said he would, and he never did. So I
Right.
made them.
That reminds me
just,
of a lot of people in the community right
Dang.
now.
What
Yo,
did I
let's talk
do?
about
I
drama.
don't even know what that means. That doesn't even.
Yeah,
mean
I don't know
anything.
what
I'm
that
talking
means
about like
either.
6 different people that's in this.
I feel like he's I feel like he's calling out me in particular. just
No, I'm
'cause
not even calling
I'm
it.
full
I'm
of
calling this
myself.
entire show out. I'm just.
You know,
All of us break promises.
The
It's
entire,
part
all
the
of us right
podcast.
now have all said that we would make something, and we never did it.
wait, what did I say I would make? I forget.
Do you remember the?
I said I would make a complete story of Unturned, and I did.
No,
and SirAdy was
no,
in
no.
that. Thank you, SirAdy.
Yeah, I
Dude,
was.
instead of spending time making a video about the complete story of Unturned, why don't you just spend time to get a healthy relationship with a woman? Have you ever thought about that?
Instead of spending time worrying about what I do, why don't you spend time getting hoes?
I do.
I want to say something real quick.
I mean,
I do spend
that's
time.
the reason why he's.
Yeah, he was late to the
podcast.
episode recording because he was on he was on
He was
mic.
on
He was on like
like
discount VR chat trying to get. Oh, I don't know, man. That stuff's gross. You're gross, Diddlyono. You should be ashamed.
Okay.
Here's the funny thing though. Actually, I was telling earlier in the podcast chat that your video got like destroyed by another video which was an Unturned iceberg video by Trident Games' friend. It has like I think 50k more views. I felt kind of bad because I was like, you took a long time to make that fucking video.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I liked that iceberg video too. I gave it a like and a subscribe.
I hated that iceberg video. Yeah,
I mean, I wish it was over my iceberg that I made, but whatever.
No, they did it over. Oh shit.
Imposter, dude.
You have to bleep that out.
No, I can't bleep that out.
You're gonna bleep.
No one
that
knows.
Out.
No one knows. Anyway,
You're gonna
yeah,
bleep
I
it out.
No,
I brought
bleep
that
it.
up.
Okay, I'll make it to where he has to bleep it out now. Everybody, he said the N-word. He said the
Whoa.
N-word.
Who said that?
That's why it
Alright,
had to be
so
bleeped
sorry,
out.
guys. It's a condition.
Okay, now you have to bleep it out, Charles.
Condition.
Dude, you
It's
guys,
alright.
you guys suck, man. It's not. You guys suck.
Well,
You guys suck. Whatever. Okay. No, but as someone that was doing lore for like basically a very long time, I feel like there's something that you haven't really told people about your content, SirAdy, and I want to press you on this right now. Is there technically canonical story within your entire series on your YouTube channel? Because the way that you present your content to the average person that is watching it that would probably have no idea about Unturned probably would not pick up on the story that you have sort of built in your content. Now, what I'm asking you is that the continuation of that story has not finished. It still is technically continuous. That story you kind of like memed. People have memed it. Would you say that there is actually a canonical story within your videos that you've made over the years?
Yeah, at some point, I must have always had a thought that I wanted to make some kind of funny overarching story spread across multiple bits of my videos. Like I put like those two explorers, their adventures at the end of my lore videos, like the Hawaii one and whatnot. Yeah, Kilroy and Dimitri. There was gonna be a whole like ending to that in what was essentially pretty much what the Knight Rider did when he made the video about the entire story. I was gonna do that at some point, then I wasn't anymore. So that's just kind of left hanging at this moment. I do not plan to.
You don't plan to finish it?
Not necessarily, no.
No, okay. So that's a portion of the story that you were building. I know that, but there's also another portion of the story that I've said over the years. Like I think 2 years ago I said this. I found it out 2 years ago along with a lot of other dumb theories. That there was replacement versions of yourself in your actual videos. That there's multiple SirAdys in your universe. Is this true?
Holy crap! It's the SirAdy multiverse.
The idea of an unleashed multiverse. It certainly crossed my mind at some point. Yeah,
but there is different SirAdys in your entire story as well, and that's something that you were planning as well.
Yeah, there definitely are, and that I was planning that. And the first episode was actually a video on my channel called "Unleashed: The Final Chapter," which I made as a meme because back then that came right after the biggest hiatus I'd ever had up until that point. Obviously, hiatuses have grown bigger since then. But it was just a funny little comeback video. And then after I released it, I thought I should make this into a series. And I did not, like other things in my channel.
Okay, now that we got that cleared up, so now that the confirmed theorists of the SirAdy channel can now sleep at night knowing that it is true. All two of you? Good job.
All two of you.
All of us.
I'm surprised. Nah, you could do a whole SirAdy lore video.
Man, I guess I could. But I do have a question. So, it was confirmed by DNB2 that the person in the wanted posters, the person who travels between universes, is Kill Wilkins himself. So, what do you have to say about this, SirAdy? Is Kill Wilkins now canon in the Unturned multiverse?
I suppose he is. Yes. if
And what
curated
kind of
maps
name
are
is Kill
considered
Wilkins? It makes me want to kill him, but I know that's just his name. Do not
Assuming that
actually kill
curated maps
Wilkins.
are canon,
Kill Milkins.
Yes, curated maps are canon.
then
He's just
Charles,
an
don't
old
say
guy.
anything.
He's just an old guy who wreaks havoc. That's pretty much the extent of it. If he stumbled upon some kind of interdimensional, time traveling device or whatever, that would be insane. And probably another storyline that I never got to finish or get into too deep. Yeah.
I see. I'm now gonna write this down. Video idea on Kill Wilkins' biography. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. There, Charles. You happy? You happy, Charles?
No, I'm not happy whatsoever.
Okay.
I feel like you
good.
have
I
more
don't want
questions
you
for
to be
SirAdy
happy.
Night.
Yeah.
Continue with their
Um,
stories
This
before
might be
I.
it.
Okay. I know one. I know one. Considering only the lore of it, what is your favorite map? Considering only the lore.
My favorite map in terms of lore.
Yes.
Well, hold on. Let me list them all. So Yukon is pretty dry in terms of lore. Some scientists were stranded in the tundra. That's not very fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
PEI is kind of a side thing.
Mhm.
Germany's story is pretty cool, though. I'm gonna say probably the story of Greece is my favorite, which is gonna sound somewhat insane, given that I've refused to make that video, and
Mm-hmm.
it was when I stopped making lore videos. But I looked into it a while back, and I actually quite like what they did with it.
Yeah, I
though-
like the idea of keeping the two factions gray. Like both of them have done good and bad things. You know.
Although I like the new age thing that that I suppose Danaby kind of did, the whole multiverse idea and whatnot. If that is canon, which I don't,
Mhm.
because I don't know if it's canon, because I'm not Danaby. Poor Delson.
True.
But if it is, that would be pretty fun. It would open up whole a bunch of possibilities.
Okay,
Basically.
so something funny I will ask you is now the canonicity of curated maps, because Knight Rider over here thinks that the curated maps lores correspond directly to Nelson's original vision of the lore for Unturned. Do you agree with this sentiment, or do you disagree?
That is absolute. Not true. No.
Ooh.
You
but
disagree
then-
that curated
why?
maps
But
are...
my
Yes!
question
Yes!
is then. Okay, but my question is then why does Nelson care about the lore of the curated maps? Because if there's inconsistencies, he won't accept the curated maps.
Well,
He'll
here's
like
the
ask them to
thing.
change it.
That's true, but his perspective on this has changed throughout the years. I remember asking him as far back as, like, I don't know, 2018, Nelson, what is canon and what isn't? I believe he just said at the time there was this idea of an extended unturned lore universe where things could happen by their own and not necessarily affect the canonicity of official maps. In the meantime, I think though he's changed his mind. So just given the fact that he's changed his mind, I assume it's not that he's so incredibly selective with what gets into the game or what doesn't.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
terms
I
of story.
remember when I had my interview with him, he said that they weren't at first, but so many people assumed that they're canon that he kind of like goes with it in that sense. So in
Yeah.
that sense, they're kind of default by canon, if that makes sense. I think at the end of the day, it's kind of like Minecraft. You choose your own canon.
Ooh,
No,
that's true.
you can do that. You can be delusional. Or you can be...
Okay, Charles.
You can be delusional,
Okay,
yeah. You can
okay,
be
Mr.
delusional.
Charles, the trees are a lie.
The trees are a lie. SirAdy got killed
Okay.
for it.
Oh,
I still don't know what that's about. I've heard about
I
the tree
don't-
conspiracy before.
Dude,
and,
the tree conspiracy is real. If so, eventually, I'm gonna say this so much that people will be like, "Okay, what the hell is he talking about?" They're gonna seriously be like, "Oh my!" They're gonna open their third eye. They're gonna realize what I'm talking about.
the
what
one
are you-
tree,
what are you-
the one tree
What are
is
you
real.
talking about?
No one understands. No one understands me. Don't.
Exactly.
If
Explain
there-
it.
if
I
there is a
don't.
tree
Tell me where to
conspiracy-
look, Charles. Give me the first
Hold on, I want to hear what
crumb in the
SirAdy has to say
breadcrumb
about tree
trail.
conspiracy, because.
If there is a tree conspiracy, I completely deny it.
All
No,
right.
no, no, SirAdy. Okay, I don't know what
Completely
SirAdy
and
I'm dealing
utterly
with. This is the
denied.
part of the extended universe.
which SirAdy have you done?
What the hell?
You
The
all
lore.
know the two of you that are in the they're watching this with now.
Two of you.
Go watch all of SirAdy's like older videos where he discusses Unturned lore and the story.
Oh, what if I don't want to?
No, they're all good. Honestly, I want to talk
I'm just
about
kidding.
more so. We can talk about lore, but specifically on your production value and your videos are really good. I think you are one of the
Thanks.
creators that have been around for like the longest in the Unturned community that's consistently been producing good content over the years.
True.
I try my best because maybe quality-wise, you could argue they're good, but consistency-wise, yeah.
But that doesn't
Yeah, your
matter.
consistency is not good. I'll say that, obviously. But like,
Hey,
I
quality
mean,
over
quality
quantity.
over quantity.
yes,
yeah.
but
Yeah, Jinx,
But,
Staswalle, Jinx.
But
hey.
yeah, I'll take that over any day. What I'm saying is about SirAdy specifically is that he's been consistently, like, whenever SirAdy puts a video up, it's like that's the whole day is Unturned like news, even a week maybe, depending on what he talks about. Just because SirAdy does steal my ideas, without me.
Wow.
I try
wow,
my hardest to
SirAdy.
steal as many ideas as I can from you.
I know
Charles.
you do. It's funny because I literally told your video on Unturned's worst items, the top 10. I literally told Trident like the majority of the items that I listed for a video I wanted to do. I literally told Trident Games all of the ideas, and I said the worst items in the game are now the adrenaline and morphine. I literally said that to him. I told him that, and I was like, I want to make a video just discussing how like horrible these items are because they are literally the worst items in Unturned. And what do I see from SirAdy like a month later? The number one worst item was adrenaline, bro. I could not
Wow,
believe it.
SirAdy, that is just blatant.
No, to be fair, it was funny though. I told Trent, I was like, dude, you are an imposter. No, but that was a funny week.
Well, while we're on the topic of that video, if Nelson is listening, I'd just like to thank him because that video had a much bigger impact than I thought it would have. He addressed like 80% of the items on that list. Like civilian night vision got buffed afterwards. You could uncraft precision charges. The brick structures got buffed. What else? Some other things. I don't even recall.
Some other
A
thing.
lot of stuff that you said, I agree
Maybe it
with.
wasn't 80%.
And I'm very happy that he actually did address them because I've also on this show have brought up the fact that like some dumb shit, especially with the bricks. I think bricks should by default be better than metal because there needs to be a more like longer longevity of some goal in Unturned because Unturned's goal right now is super achievable, which there really isn't like a goal for Unturned. It's like Minecraft
There
before
really
the end
isn't.
update, right? We kind of have that right now, where
Yeah.
literally the goal
Dude,
is literally get diamond
alright,
armor
I see what
and
you
a sword.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So you're saying that what we need to do to fix Unturned is to add the end dimension.
No,
Got it. Alright, I'm noting this down.
Holy
I'm noting
crap,
this down.
Lois.
That will
Yeah,
ruin Knight Rider. He would spend like
I mean,
a year
just-
trying to retcon the
Just
whole lore.
look
I
at
mean,
all
the
the
end
curated map.
dimension is kind of in
Sure.
Kuwait if you
There
think
you
about
go.
the
Shut up.
void like
Shut
that.
up.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
you know?
Shut up.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
give you
did
some.
you
Although
notice-
my
look at
head
all
canon
the-
is that the void
Dude.
that you go into is kind of like the space between universes in the
No,
multiverse.
end is the end.
Shut
It's
up.
literally called the end.
Staswalle,
It's where the
I'm
game
never
ends.
commissioning you for thumbnail again, mostly because you haven't gotten back to me yet. I've tried
Haven't you
calling,
left YouTube or
emailing.
something?
No, not permanently.
Okay. Anyways, if you look at curated maps, if you look at base building, there's also always wood, metal, and there's this like third end game kind of material, right? Which is what I
Mhm.
think the vanilla game is missing. Which bricks could be.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because people.
Yeah, since they buffed
Here's the
bricks.
problem with people suggesting things to Nelson. I've seen this happen over and over again. Is that people immediately want something new? They want to play with the old stuff. Literally, there's so much stuff in the game currently right now that are so useless that could be turned into something amazing by just like a single update or changing of one number. Like,
Why add new things if you can just make the old ones better?
exactly. That's what, but the
You
majority of the
can
community
make
doesn't see
the
that.
old things. You can
Bro,
just make the old things
no
into
one-
the new things.
Bro, no one uses bounce charges.
Yeah, because
Like-
there's a problem. Okay, there's a fundamental problem with bounce charges, and I thought Nelson was eventually going to address this. I'll talk about this right now. If Nelson, you're hearing this, you better fix this. The problem with bounce charges is that
This is a threat.
the problem with bounce charges is inherently because literally the charge and the bounce charge are immediately like they kind of attack each other when it comes to crafting in the ideology of a player. Would you rather have a charge that's needed to be able to raid, or would you rather have a bounce charge? You have to make that distinction in your head, as opposed
Bounce
to the
charge.
precision charge. As opposed to the
Bounce
precision
charge.
charge, which if you make the charge, you can turn it
Bounce
into a
charge.
precision charge, right? But Nelson didn't
Bounce
do that for
charge.
the bounce charge. He literally just made it like a separate crafting recipe. What I think to fix the bounce charge to be more useful now is literally you craft the charge, right? And you can either turn it into a precision charge or a bounce charge. So you don't have that fight over am I even going to use this bounce charge? Am I going to need a charge? You need to stop that fighting between the player to make that actually more viable when it comes to vanilla. Because that's the problem.
Two other problems with it is maybe you could make it a little bit cheaper also to make, because when you consider it, you have like a choice between a raiding material and the thing that lets you jump exactly once.
Exactly, yeah,
Which
that's
is
true.
Dude,
Yeah,
but
so you could
here's
make
the
them
thing,
cheaper,
dude.
and you could
dude.
upgrade the bounce charge into a normal charge. And the second thing is that they're also kind of a bit sluggish to use. They're not that. I mean, if you look at Knockout has all the guns with which you can jump. They are very easy and simple and fast to use. Bounce charges, you need the whole setup to basically perform a single jump, which is good for engaging, but not for like running away, for example.
Here it is.
Yeah, it's just either you make it less
can
expensive and make it its own different crafting, or you make it like a shut-off point of the charge, where if you craft the charge, you can turn it into a bounce charge, which will give more options to players. Instead of just,
I mean,
like,
in the
making them fight
ideal,
over what
with
to
the
craft.
ideal use of bounce charges in a fight, you wanna get to a position where you're already behind cover, then you want to place a bounce charge below you, then you want to engage in the fight. In case if you have to get out, you already have the bounce charge there.
Yeah, I know. It's true. It's true.
Kukui, I just won. I won Among Us Arena.
You all playing
Congrats.
games? I think SirAdy was playing like a
Yeah.
like a
Maybe.
cookie clicker like 2 seconds ago. I heard him playing it. I swear.
I'm not playing anything though.
Okay.
Maybe.
Dude, SirAdy, hop on Hypixel.
Dude, shut up.
What?
y'all.
Hypixel. What do you want to play? Bed Wars?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Dude.
Let's go back on the questioning. Don't. All right, SirAdy, I have a question for you when it comes to your ability to be present in events. In almost every event that has existed that I've been a part of, that you've also been a part of, you have not shown up a single time.
Yes, my track record is not very good.
Why is that?
Hey, I mean, he's in the playtest.
Yes, the playtests are completely different. I'm talking about events. Playtests are like a
Okay.
different kind of category because it's like necessary feedback.
There's two reasons.
Okay.
The first reason is sometimes the timing is just awful. Like, especially while I was still in high school. It was like, oh, the event takes place at 3 a.m. or something. Okay, I don't think I'm going to attend anymore. And there's also the aspect that I love the idea of getting involved in things like these. There's a nice sense of community. There's a nice sense like role play and funny potential. But I kind of don't. My interest in playing Unturned has dwindled immensely. I do not find enjoyment much from playing the game. So initially, I'm very eager to accept the invitation, and then I don't show up. So now I don't even accept invitations anymore.
Will you be attending my next session?
Dang.
Look, if the stars align, who knows? But likely.
The thing
I'm not
is,
gonna.
something I've also done with events is I completely agree with you. I think the majority of the time I've played Unturned too much. I feel like that's my issue. And literally, I feel like I've experienced the majority of things that Unturned really has to offer, except for like when people bring out new stuff to play with, right? Like the entire
Have you
events,
experienced a woman?
the entire events that exist, right? From the map jam that happened, the most recent map jam, like that was fun. Unturned can be still fun. There's still a lot of new like potential that Unturned has, but like if I were to go into a PEI server, I don't think I will have that much fun.
Well, I have two things to say about that. The first is, as you said, Unturned doesn't really have a late game. If we compare it to Minecraft, which is kind of silly, but just to give you an idea, the late game is, once you get the elytra and such, that's when you can express your creativity fully. That is where the scope of the game becomes intrinsic motivation to fulfill your vision, for instance.
What do you
And
mean
Unturned-
What do you mean show my creativity? Are you saying that I can't build a swastika without an elytra?
That is one of the
Kick-
low level
somebody kick this
builds.
guy.
If you build that, you're a caveman. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, well, Unturned doesn't have anything like that.
I mean, I
Once
don't
you've
know.
got like a full metal
No, you
piece,
can build
what are you gonna
swastikas
do?
in Unturned.
Here's the thing.
No,
Hold on.
what do
I'm not talking about this. This is not what I'm talking about.
I'm
Shut
playing
up.
Among Us in one Unturned server.
Hold on.
I mean, there was a one Z-Man video that showed the flying swastika, so
Oh
I
my
mean,
god! Stop talking about this, bro. This is how we get
When they
blacklisted
discovered
from all of
this-
YouTube, bro.
Okay, wait. Okay,
Wait.
I have a question
This is the
for SirAdy.
fastest
cry
derail
about
ever.
it, Charles.
I have a question for SirAdy. So,
Yes.
when did you like What was the moment when you realized you were kind of like a big shot in the Unturned community?
Never.
Now's your chance to be a big shot.
Well, the moment I realized I was a big shot in the community was when people
No one
started
asked
coming
you.
to
Who is
me
that?
about
No one asked you.
I like your
the lore of
attitude.
their
I like
maps.
your
You know, I
attitude,
thought that
Knight
was
Rider.
Okay,
pretty
hey,
nifty.
shut up. I want to.
Shut up.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Am I a big shot? I guess it's for
Yes.
a time I was. Yes,
Yeah.
and maybe I still am, but it's hard to see myself as that anymore because I'm not a very good YouTuber. But probably when I got like 200,000 views out of nowhere on my like third video that I've ever made. That's probably when I realized that. So that allowed me to milk the Unturned lore thing for a bit, and then
Nice.
yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, I never asked you. Have you ever told anybody your actual
Dang.
age?
My actual age?
Yes.
I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Like
What is, can you tell us what your age is?
Celebrity list.
just because you've asked me, I don't want to say it anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
Dang.
Hey, he doesn't have to
SirAdy,
answer that. He doesn't have to answer that.
SirAdy.
No one needs to.
It's fine.
SirAdy, do not tell us your
I'm
age
good.
at
I'm
all.
good.
Like, do not
It's-
say it.
So
Yeah,
so
never
SirAdy
say-
is,
say your
40
age
years old.
online.
Just want to let you all know that real quick.
I cannot believe it.
Okay.
Nah.
SirAdy, actually, you've listened to a lot of the show. You listened to like how much of the show actually?
I've listened to pretty much all of the former half, and for out of the latter half, maybe half of that.
So you watched like
75%,
75% is what you're saying.
maybe like 60.
60% of the show.
Damn.
65.
Have you gone insane?
I would have gone insane if I'd watched 100% of it. I try to look out for myself.
do you
Balancing on the brink.
what do you think of the show?
So do you like my show, SirAdy?
I want to ask this because it's something interesting, right? It's like
Mhm.
he's a person that's been making content for a very long time, right? And also he's someone that's actually consistently said that they've watched the show. So I wanted to ask SirAdy, what does he think of the show as a whole? Because he's again those two points.
One
makes
thing I
sense,
can
yeah.
say right off the bat, I appreciate the consistency. I think you've missed like have you even missed one Sunday?
Not intentionally. There was one. In the
No.
future, I think I missed maybe one, but like by like 50 minutes, it wasn't even that bad.
So that much I admire. What drew me to listening to this podcast was just I had a free time at the beginning of the year. That's when the podcast started. So I just would fire up Euro Truck Simulator 2 or something, and then I pretend like I'm listening to a really awful radio show. But I liked it. I liked it because I mean, an Unturned podcast, you don't see that every day.
Yeah.
It was like people in the community that I knew. The second episode actually had her name was Quiet at the time. Yeah, because there was that fucking beef with Z-Man. And the idea of bringing a guest every week was kind of cool. So I kept listening.
I don't know. The show has turned into something completely different from that.
Dude,
The show has changed. It's I'm not following episode by episode anymore.
Something interesting that you've done in the
SirAdy.
episodes. Hold up.
What did we do wrong, SirAdy? How can we win you back? I'm sorry.
Shut up,
I'm
shut up,
sorry.
shut
If it was because I
You're
left.
not
It was
even-
because I left,
Sir-
isn't
This
it?
guy
SirAdy.
is talking.
SirAdy.
Yeah.
SirAdy. What would be your best like Unturned like joint rotation? Like what
Okay,
group
Yeah,
of people would you
that'd be
share a
asking
blunt with? Yeah.
I'd share a blunt with okay, so that'd be 2.
Obvious reasons.
Major Len from the Liberator.
True.
He's chill.
Dude,
He
okay,
seems
would you agree with me that like me like Big Boom could shove back a whole dart in one?
I don't know. I don't know anything about his capabilities.
You should have
Really?
asked him that. You should have just asked him that.
Capability.
Missed opportunity.
Missed
That
opportunity
boat is
last
sailed.
episode.
Dude. Me like Big Boof, bruh.
Bruh.
True.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Bruh. That's really funny, actually. So, Eddie, here's something funny for you. Are you making
Okay, I
another
hope I
video
laugh.
as of right now? Are you working on another video?
Yeah.
Okay. Besides that, this is a different question. Why did you say that you liked Yukon, and why were you going to make a video on Yukon? I'm going to ask you that because I think that's ridiculous.
Why did you say you like me?
Yeah, why did you say you like Yukon?
Sometimes we say things and then we change as people. in the meantime.
See, he's changed. See,
We grow. our horizons change. Yeah, because look, Yukon's just a map that is, nostalgically speaking, dear to my heart. I spent so much time playing it after it came out in like 2000. That was the like the first map that came out after I discovered PI was a thing. Because even after the beta has said started, I was a little kid, and I didn't know I could just play 3.0 right then and there. So around the time I discovered the Operation Maple Leaf thing, Yukon came out, and I've had a lot of fun on that map with friends. And it's kind of cozy in concept. The idea of gathering around a campfire and surviving and building a base and whatnot, but Yukon is severely limited in scope. Like if Unturned doesn't have a late game in general, then Yukon doesn't have a fucking mid game even. It's really strange.
True. And it's like Team Fortress 2's Dust Bowl. Like people only play that map because it's nostalgic, not because it's good.
I suppose.
You could make that comparison, yeah.
I could make that good. Okay, something about
Dust Bowl is horrendous.
but people still play it because of nostalgia reasons.
Exactly. I still think it's a good map nostalgia-wise, but yeah, the design is absolutely
Atrocious.
no atrocious. Yeah, that's the
Something
word.
something really funny is actually when it comes to Team Fortress 2, there's a lot of comparisons you can make between the games. It's funny because
I mean, I think that Nelson was pretty inspired by TF2 in some aspect.
heavily inspired. I think heavily is the wording. I think I have a video that I probably
I mean, the
will be
inventory
working on this
system,
week,
right?
and probably get it up. That's why I wanted to do this episode this week today because we're recording this on Friday. So I can just go ahead and work on this video because I think it's really funny.
Well, we're recording this on Friday?
No, we're recording this on the moon. We're on the moon right now.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's crazy.
Yeah, but like, there's a lot of stuff that Team Fortress 2 has really inspired Unturned, and I think there's also a lot of comparisons, and it also worries me about like there is a little bit of similarities between the games, and it also kind of worries me about the failures that Team Fortress 2 has as a game when it comes to just community wise, and how potentially Unturned can be put into that scenario. And one of the worst examples I think was when the player numbers were also being. This is before the recent player, but this was when the Portugal YouTuber played Unturned for the first time and broke the record for most players at the time. It beat PewDiePie's record, which was prior the highest like player count in Unturned history. So when that happened, immediately a lot of people were wondering what was going on because people had no idea, and immediately the first reactions that I was being talked to between people that I knew that also played this game discussed whether or not it was either bots, and it dawned on me that potentially that we could see a future where Unturned probably is invaded by bots to a certain degree.
Oh no!
Could you imagine that? I mean, there's certain weapons right now in Unturned, I think, that are really easily able to get that can immediately kill players pretty quickly. And I could see it happening to a mass scale on the game. It's something, and their capabilities are there. I already see capabilities that exist. There's a lot of things already existing right now that could potentially cause this entire like wave to come in. It's just nobody has really developed only one thing in order to facilitate this entire event. And I really wonder if it will ever happen and how fast the response will be. If Unturned's invasion, like bot invasion, does happen, and that's a real thing that could happen and does happen, that's like going to be one of the worst Unturned like moments in its existence. Like I've been around the block for a while. I assume SirAdy too. I think we could, and all of us probably have been around for a very long time, heard things of the past of like the dumb shit that's happened. I think that would be the worst case scenario of like the worst thing that could happen on Unturned. A bot invasion.
And then Cuckoo will make a video about it.
Yeah, and then I'll make
Hang
a
on.
video.
Hang on.
Looking
Hang on.
forward to that.
Hang on. Okay, like we've talked about the player base. It's made me look up the Steam charts. Something I've just noticed. So the chart for the average has completely reversed. Like
Was it that right now?
it's gone from going
Oh.
really low and then massive spikes to being like relatively high and then low spikes.
What do you mean?
It's a shift.
I sent an image of it.
Look at
That's
it. It's
odd.
That looks really strange.
yeah. It used to
Yeah.
like below and spike high, and now it's in
Yeah,
reverse. It's
and
high
now
and
it's
spikes
and now
low.
it's kind of high.
Do you
and then
think
spikes low? Yeah.
I think this is a funny, interesting thing we could do. By what year did Team Fortress 2 resurge in the public eye, and what year did Melee resurge in the public eye? It was the doc series during for Melee. Melee came out back in 2001, and the resurgence is where the documentaries that happened like 8 years later, in like 2009, between all the massive players, which got more people to play that game, and like basically revive that scene. And then again, another documentary happened of all Smash, and that happened back in like 2014, which ushered a new era. And then Emperor Lemon's video ushered a whole new era again. I wonder if we'll see that kind of happen with Unturned, where there's a lot of people that played it back in the day. We had the like the early stages of the game, but the game's been prevalently around for a very long time. Like people like years ago who started playing Unturned 3.0, right, can go back right now and just update the game and play the same game that we've all been playing, basically, right? And I wondered with that longevity of how much time that we've had, player bases exist, come and go, people coming in and out, how potentially right now is the perfect time to actually be able to succeed in Unturned content. In the past, you had a lot of people who were, I guess, like, what would you say? I think SirAdy could, you can kind of relate to this. They're like stepping stones, right? They were like people who were just making fun content, right?
Right.
I think even up to this point right now, that people are still doing this. But I think there is going to be a turning point soon, and that's also another reason why I started the show. There's going to be a turning point soon where there's going to be a switch, and the game is going to become no longer dominated when it comes to content-wise, dominated by people who are just doing it for fun and actually going to be able to succeed off of it, like any other genre on content creation. And I think this is an omen. The most recent player numbers have been an omen. What you just said right now, Dilly, is an omen. Mm-hmm. I think it's happening, and we're gonna see it in our content's existence. If that makes any sense.
Let's go, baby. I'm gonna be successful.
You left. You left.
Well, I'm gonna come
You
back.
left.
I still got a bunch of footage to edit, you know.
He left just so
I
he
have
could
like
make a comeback video.
200 gigabytes of footage on my computer waiting to be edited.
Dude, he said that he's leaving just to make a comeback video. I'm telling you.
It's true.
It's a conspiracy.
Dude, all right,
Okay,
hear me
bro.
out, dude. By the time I'm done with this game, the average players, like the player count is gonna be 45% women by the time I'm done with this game, you know.
45.
Unturned.
Alright.
Yeah, 45%.
You-
And then
you think that is
and then I'll
possible?
bring the other 55%.
All right, good.
This guy.
Why are you trying to ruin the game, bro?
What? No.
Wait.
The next high score for Unturned right now is 100k. If Unturned breaks 100k players, then like it's solidified.
Dude, wait, but no, okay, but isn't
Dude,
only, like 10
dude.
like a
If Unturned
quarter of
reaches
that?
100k, I'll stop being racist.
Hold up.
What is preventing you from stopping being racist right now?
Guys,
Guys, he's lying. It's a part of himself. It is literally his entire identity. He will never stop being racist.
You see,
You're
he's
right.
British. That's why.
yeah.
That explains a lot. So, okay, let's go back to like talking about SirAdy stuff. SirAdy,
Anyway,
you
Yeah.
you got reawoken by
Oh wait,
a
SirAdy,
transgression.
if I do make a
my
video
God.
on the lore of your videos, do I have permission to use your footage from your videos in it?
Yeah.
I have to pay
Let's
them.
go.
Alright, hang on. I'm gonna derail it again.
No.
You said something about like no. You said something about like a player spike with like PewDiePie's player spike. Let me just say PewDiePie fell off, dude.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
he's retired.
he's-
He's retired.
Dude, there's no way,
No,
really.
he did. He literally moved to Japan.
Really?
He's retired. He's technically he makes content still, but he doesn't do it
Probably
for the
not
grind.
really
He was doing uploads every day for like 10 years. Now he
Dude,
doesn't do that
but,
anymore.
like-
He just uploads for fun, and that's what.
Hey, that's
Oh,
fair.
that's
He
fair.
did his thing, you know.
He
Alright,
won
but
the
like
game.
you know what I mean. Like for the like
reached the
his
endgame.
actual subscriber count to view count ratio is horrid.
No, it is
like
horrid. Yeah.
like less than 10 million each each video, and he has 100 million subscribers,
Yeah.
and like, and barely, like, even barely getting like 2 million on some videos.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't mean, yeah, he was the. I mean, that's specifically because he's been doing it for so long. He literally was just uploading every day. That's how he got his position.
So long.
Like nobody uploaded as. I don't think nobody has uploaded as consistently and frequently as PewDiePie did, every single day. That's horrible. Imagine having to do that for 10 years, having to upload a video to YouTube every single day.
Hey, if you have editors and stuff, it's probably
He
a
was
lot
solo
easier.
for like half of it.
Yeah,
That's
but what about the
insane.
other half, Charles? That's what I'm talking about.
Well, like, I think PewDiePie has fallen off, but like he knows that, and that's why he's like done basically. But also
Anyway.
to be fair to PewDiePie, he was the last he was the reigning king of YouTube for so long, until T-Series took him down, and a lot of people rallied around him for one last hurrah against that conglomerate now. But yeah, which is why he also has a lot more subs than what he probably should have. Like he lost the war a long time ago to, well, not yet, but he will lose the war to Mr. Beast soon. Mr. Beast will become the biggest creator on the platform soon. Speaking of which, we
I'd say he already
we do
is.
have a podcast planned with Mr. Beast in the future.
Let's go, baby.
say-
Can I be
Alright.
in that one? Can I be in that one?
Alright. I'd say that like subscriber count isn't as good of an indicator. I would say that right now, like, Mr. Beast is the biggest because he's obviously getting a hell ton more views per video, like 45 million, 42 million, 56 million, 74 million, and that's only on like his like most like recent stuff. So I would say right now, Mr. Beast is better. Mr. Beast is a better YouTuber than PewDiePie right now because like Mr. Beast is getting like surface level views for what he should be. Because if like, not to like discredit, but like if those subscribers were genuine, he'd be getting something around what what Mr. Beast is getting, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But
Obviously.
he's just not.
Like that guy. Okay, Jimmy Beast is literally the algorithm. He studied that fucking thing for like years. Like that.
Mhm.
It's so insane listening to shit that he's done. Like he would sit at his computer talking to like 2 other YouTubers and just discuss how to fucking like run YouTube like as a whole to get big. He would spend their hours studying this platform. He literally is just the algorithm as a person. That's what he's become.
He is the algorithm.
am the
So
standard.
he's the person we need to kidnap.
Shut up. Okay. Let's go back to SirAdy. We've been talking about like random shit too.
Wait, I'd like to say one thing about Mr. Beast. I have been subscribed to that man since like 2016 while he was still doing the. He had a series called The Worst Intros on YouTube where he would just roast little kids' intros, and I would tune into that shit every week, or like I think it was bi-weekly even. But nowadays, if you want to go back and watch his old content, most of it is like
Archived.
buried like under the rug because it had some controversial shit on it that he probably doesn't want people to see.
Like, he joked around with, like homo, like
Dude,
Yeah, all the memes that
remember-
were all the rage back in 2016, like drink bleach and like shit like that.
but he had like 50, I think, like 50 to 60 of those like videos, and I think I watched all of them. And
It's
then he like kind
insane.
of like stopped and started going like away from
He
that.
started
And
playing
then-
the game.
Remember when Mr. Beast's
coming back on
like
it.
biggest video was like 100 million Orbeez in his friend's backyard?
Yeah.
Remember
yeah.
when that was? Remember when that was the most insane thing he did? And now he's like,
He's making Squid Game.
It's games.
yeah,
Yeah.
and now he's doing
Games.
stuff like, now he's giving us subscribers islands. He survived a plane crash, apparently. Stuff like that.
Okay,
I
we
don't
need
know.
to get off this beast
Kinda
topic,
crazy.
bro. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
This
so-
is an Unturned.
Shut up,
SirAdy, I
stop,
have a
stop,
question.
please. I wanted to just ask this one question.
Okay,
Alright.
fine. Jeez.
Let's talk about. I'm gonna make fun of specifically one company for the next couple of minutes here because it was so
Yeah.
horrid what happened that it reawakened this man
I
himself.
wonder
to
which
come back.
company it
Now,
is.
SirAdy, you
They're
were on
called
a.
after a number.
Hold up. Shut up. Hold up. So SirAdy was on a long hiatus for making content. He was gone. No one knew where he was. He was hiding. He was hiding in the cave, nowhere to be found. And then miraculously, the day came where it was announced that Unturned was going to have a console edition. Everyone from around the world that played Unturned and knew about it was ecstatic and wanted to know about it. And then the
How did I
trailer
know it
leaked.
was this company?
Then
and then the trailer leaked, and it reawoken the beast known as SirAdy to make a video on his YouTube channel about it. Whoa. SirAdy,
I mean, yeah, that's
did
true.
you see the leak originally? Did you see the leak originally?
Yes, I saw the trailer first when it was leaked.
What was your immediate reactions? Because like it's so funny to think about.
A little bit of disbelief. I don't think it went much further than that, but of course, after it actually dawned on me what the game looked like and what they'd done to it, it was my excitement to play Unturned on console just gone.
The zombies had hair. Who does that?
But then there was a little bit of suspension of disbelief.
You believe that the animation itself would not be indicative of the gameplay?
Maybe it could be good, yeah, but no.
I'm okay. It was a bad omen, and I just it's so funny that you had to make a whole video, came back, made a whole video on it, and discussed everything. Also, it's funny because you brought up a specific tree in the video. That's also funny to the two people who are listening. you know. Okay.
Dude,
Oh my god.
Alright, hang on. Okay, tangent aside, me when I derail again. Who's the Mr.
Oh my
Beast of
God.
Unturned content right now?
Mr.
No,
Beast,
like-
laptop.
Okay,
Who's the
no,
intern
hear me
for
out.
Mr. Beast?
Lap,
Who's
lap,
the
lap,
okay?
lap.
No, who's the Mr. Beast of Unturned content right now, and who's the PewDiePie of Unturned content right now?
Mr.
Oh,
Beast
I
is no one. I don't think
I don't think there is
there is.
Me.
There's no PewDiePie.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
technically
quite.
the podcast is a PewDiePie because I've been uploading consistently. Like no other YouTuber right now is uploading consistently right now. Like
The
Yes.
podcast is a collective person.
yeah, the podcast itself has been uploading consistently. I'm thinking about like consistent YouTubers. No, Nilix, no, P9, no, Lap, no, Liam,
We
no.
are just
Like no one is
Listen.
consistent right now.
the podcast is an entity, and we are all just prisoners of it.
What do you mean?
True,
Mhm.
dude. That's an ultra
Literally
reference.
me.
No, but like I don't think there really
See,
is.
Cuckoo says, "What do you mean?" Because I say the podcast, but I mean cucuycharles.
Shh. And I mean, like when it comes to, Mr. Beast just makes like he tries to appeal. Okay, generally when it comes to Beast content is that he tries to appeal to the general YouTube audience and tries to up production value. So that's just SirAdy. He makes general content for the
Generic.
masses that necessarily don't play Unturned and has high quality. In the most basic
Thank you.
form, SirAdy is technically Mr. Beast of Unturned. That's fun to say.
If you squeeze the bare essence out of me, maybe there's a little bit of Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
inside.
if we like put you to a pulp, right? We like smash you with lead pipes.
If we kill you right
You
now,
become like a slight vision of Mr. Beast.
You would die.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
sure. That's all you have to say.
I apologize. I apologize.
You
I
don't have any
lost my train of
objections
thought.
to us beating you up with a lead pipe.
I don't know, man. Who am I to stay in the world of God's plan?
Who am
God's
I to
plan.
judge?
Saying,
SirAdy,
like the Drake song.
Yep.
is there something inherently ridiculous when it comes to making Unturned content that you felt during your time of making Unturned content, or no?
Christ, there probably is, but it won't come to me instantly. Hold on. I think when the player counts are down in the gutter, and they were at one point. It is kind of surreal to me that there were almost 100,000 people playing at one point. Given that in 2018, I thought the game was done for. But yeah, when you make videos for not a whole lot of people to watch on paper, it's kind of weird. It's probably one of the things that made my upload schedule slow down.
Hype tanker.
The hype tanker, but that was a different thing. The hype tanker was more so related to Unturned 2, where a bunch of hype is raised only for it to fucking be led astray and sink.
Here's something
off the
funny
boat,
about that
I
video
guess.
that you brought up that I don't think you really elaborated on. Is that, well, you did say it, and I think it's very interesting. But you didn't the after effects of what happened is during that video when you discussed Unturned 4. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about Unturned 4.0 video that's already made. This most recent video, as of right now. You described
Almost
specifically
0.
after the announcement on Unturned 4.0 that people basically, like, the demo was released, and every YouTuber under the sun that was existent at that moment was like, "Oh, Unturned 4 is like on the horizons. We're gonna just go ahead and like just wait it out." Which I think Unturned 4, if there was like an event killer for content creation that happened, literally Unturned 4 killed Unturned 3 content creators as a whole. It killed so many people that believed that Unturned 4 wasn't to come out, and then people moved on. People moved on after like a year or two of nothing happening when it comes to Unturned, and people just thought it was really sus, and they're like, "Yeah, we're done." And it's kind of like it was like a rebirth kind of content, because it really just killed it. It's like a what do you call it? It's like a lawn, right? Unturned had a lawn before 4's like technical release, like talks about it. It was like a lawn, right? Basically, what happened was a bunch of poison was just dumped onto the lawn, and basically it killed like the majority of the plants that existed there. And now slightly now we're seeing the plants starting to regrow as time has gone on, right?
It was like a trial by fire.
Yeah. You killed off so many content creators that existed after that. And that's fucked to say, but it is what happened.
No, but it's true. Some people are just gone. Like a couple, are still around. They post maybe once a month. I post once a year, but still I try kind of. But no, I knew so many YouTubers back in 2016. People who actually inspired me to start making content for this game, and they're long gone.
Yep.
Dude, what's your opinion on P90?
That's not no. Sorry, don't answer that question.
Okay. I'm gonna say my opinion on P90 because it is a little political, but I admire the hustle. That's the thing I admire most about P90. For a long time, he was just really consistent, and he knew what his viewers watched, and he made the most out of it. I have to appreciate that. Charlie Hustle, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Something funny that you said, actually, that kind of made me specifically want to make more content on Unturned, because I have a whole list of ideas that you, like, a couple of them have been stolen by you, obviously.
Wow.
I know.
No, but when you talked about how you kind of competed with a lot of the people that made Unturned content back in the day, and you just kind of feel alone. You're like, it's like Olympus, right? You're at the mountain of Olympus with everyone else fighting and competing in the same space and become the content creation scene with all your friends, right? And then everyone from Olympus went down from Olympus and died to the Titans that were approaching the mountain, and you were the only one to really stand the test of time between all of them.
Jeez, and they called my videos overdramatic.
I don't know what he's saying, but yeah.
He was the last
No, but
one.
that's the thing.
He felt alone, and I kind of understood where you were coming from, because I felt that so many times when playing this game.
I don't think the other Unturned content creators were killed by
friends.
giants.
No, I'm just saying that like Titans are.
No,
it's a metaphor, bro.
It's
a
a
metaphor.
I know, it's a metaphor.
Yeah, but it's interesting
but a
that
metaphor what?
even on the micro scale of Unturned, competition sparks innovation or something like that. When there's a lot of variety of things, you feel more what do you call it? You feel more pushed to make content, to try your hand, to get the viewers to watch you and shit like that.
Yeah, when you
To
had adversaries.
improve.
You had adversaries.
No one really wants to watch base raid video number 1400, right?
Yeah.
You kind of have to come up with.
I
new
don't know.
stuff.
I don't think a green skin screaming ever gets old, personally.
But here's the thing. But like what I'm talking about when it comes to like that era that SirAdy was in, like when everyone was on top of Mount Olympus, was literally like everyone was trying to make good content. Everyone was trying to make decent content that was just fun, right? And that's where everyone was at, and everyone just wanted to make a fun video. That's what everyone was doing. That was what Hayden was doing. That's what Union was doing. That's what SirAdy was doing. That's what everyone else was doing at that time. And it was competitive fun, and everyone wanted to just like somewhat outdo each other. And the barrier of getting was getting there, but then eventually the Titans came, which was it's a metaphor again, and again, SirAdy was left alone, really, for the most part, on top of Olympus. And then he decided whether or not to stay or leave. Which technically you did leave for a bit.
I keep leaving and coming back. That's how it is.
Yep. You go down the Tower of Olympus and then deal with Titans.
He always
and then
comes
He
back.
always comes back.
Olympus.
Yeah, Olympus.
I think that's like a yogurt.
Okay, so now my less dramatic question for SirAdy. What do you think...
What do
I
you
knew
think?
how to word this. I
Do
knew
you
how to
think-
word this, but now I don't know. No, what do you... Okay, so like I made a video on the central theme of Unturned that like ties all of the story together.
Which is not true.
What do
Magic.
you think? What do you shut up? What do you think like the main factor or theme of Unturned's story is? Like what do you think ties everything together? If that makes sense.
Well, I like your interpretation, which I believe was that the magic coming back to the world was the central theme, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Though, if you take everything into account, even earlier maps, which didn't necessarily
Bravo.
have any magical aspects to it, I think it's about mankind's recklessness, but also their incredible resilience. Because the pandemic started as a failed experiment, which was eventually to be used as a bioweapon. So in war, people were trying to destroy each other. And ultimately, it was the human spirit which led them through, which formed the coalition, which led people to form camps and survive. I think that's probably what it's about. That's what most zombie apocalypse stories are about. But it's a good theme. So, yeah. That's
Yeah, I'd say so.
Unturned's past is so insane. When studying Unturned
No.
as a whole, like, not the general lore, just its past, like how Minecraft's past exists, Unturned's past is kind of insane. Like, the amount of shit that's happened is insane. I know, like, Knight hasn't really touched upon it. I really want... Eventually, I have a plan. I'll say this right now. There is a plan that I discussed with a couple of people that I trusted of a script for a specific person to read. And if this person were to read this script, it would literally usher a new era of Unturned. Like,
it would be the Magna Carta.
like if you two have not touched this entire topic as a whole, and it's a topic that could literally like change the entire view of how Unturned is seen because of how big it is. And specifically,
Is it a topic?
And that's specifically
related-
hold up. That's specifically the past of Unturned.
My bad.
That's what I'm talking about. Not
Okay.
So
not
it's-
not anything to do with the general start of like how the virus was created or the UFOs and stuff like that. No, I'm talking before that. That's all that shit is interesting as hell. Like,
The folklore.
no, not even folklore. It's just lore that exists
No.
right now in Unturned that you can see. But it's not
okay.
necessarily lore. It's I don't know how to explain this. If you saw a specific design of a house from a general location in the world and saw it somewhere else, you would question why that was there. That's all I'll say.
Right.
That's all I'll say.
Right. It's shown and not
Yep,
told.
exactly. And there's a lot of stuff like that Unturned that I have like a general script for. And I just need to like actually make the whole thing and then get proofread. And I was gonna ask both of you to read this, SirAdy and Knight.
Let's go!
I'd be willing if you got something.
And then
finally.
and
I
then
got
once
you.
once I finalize it, I'm not gonna make this. By the way, this is not something I'm making the script. Once I do that, I'll initiate the plan, and if it will work 100%. I think this person is desperate, so
Oh, okay.
this person is desperate
Wait.
and has too much to gain from something like this. So it will be amazing.
Cucuycharles, go one
You're talking
week
about
without-
me, see?
No, not you.
Chicken
It's
shop?
no one. Okay,
Oh,
I'll say
one
this right now. The person I'm talking about has no connections to the Unturned community whatsoever. Has no connections to the majority of gaming as a whole whatsoever. Actually, if we think about
So
it,
it is. Oh,
it's
It's
hard
not
to hard to.
He's gonna get Joe Biden to shout out
Yeah.
Unturned.
Okay.
we did have a conversation with Joe Biden, actually discussing about Unturned's problems.
we
It
did.
is the thing that did happen.
Yeah.
100%.
Alright.
Yeah,
Did
he
happen.
is in the
Yeah,
thumbnail.
he was in the thumbnail for one of the
Yeah.
older episodes. Okay. Anyway,
Did
Yeah.
happen.
Anyway, Cucuycharles, go 1 week without acting. Like, cryptically and mystically?
Because the thing
It's
is I can't because there's too much known.
Me when I act
There's
a
too
little
much
bit
power
silly
that
online.
not power. There's too much knowledge I've acquired that higher powers are fearing me because they're all constituting a conspiracy. Okay, so if I tell anybody about this, it's over for me, man.
You are finished.
We are going to find Charles with the Clinton special, 2 bullet wounds in the back of his head, cause of death, suicide.
Higher powers are fearing me because I'm constituting the conspiracy. I think that's how it goes.
Okay.
That's a song. That's a really obscure song. If someone knows that song, then you are insane in the head.
Mm.
It's like a song with 1,000 views. It was made back in like 1978. It's like a really old obscure song. Anyway, back to Unturned. Well, it was about Unturned, but still. Are you kind of impressed by Unturned's content creation as a whole when it comes to curated maps nowadays, as opposed to
Yes.
Okay, this is there before Elver. What was your original thoughts, and now what do you feel? Pre-Elver.
My original
now
thoughts with my original thoughts when Elver came out was it was a really innovative concept, executed very well. People really liked it. I maybe should have made a video talking about each of its aspects and why it works so well, but I could still do it. But at this point, the hype is kind of down. I think, in a sense, not to offend any of my friends, curated map friends, of which there are many, much like how the layout of Russia inspired early curated maps to the point of which the formula became stale. Ever since Elver came out, every map was heavily inspired by its mechanics and way of
by
playing.
Russia?
Which no, by Elver. It was like Elver was the new Russia, which the following curated maps were to be made in the image of, sort of. I don't mean it was ripped off. Kuwait and Arid and whatever upcoming projects are coming are probably really good in their own right, but clearly the meta has changed and it reflects whatever Elver has brought to the table.
Something interesting.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, you brought that up. Is specifically, I think you're talking about specifically progression as a whole. Elver switched up the whole entire idea of unturned progression when it comes to everything. Like, from a pre-Elver, it was like scrap metal, basically. That was like the currency, like the pretty currency of like the majority of the game. That's what people considered. After Elver, that was Mesh. Mesh took the replacement, and that's been consistent through the majority of the curated maps that exist currently right now. And it was a whole game changer when it comes to that aspect. I will agree with you, SirAdy. There are so many things I can talk about the most recent curated maps that I said this before on the show. I think you probably heard me say this, but like there's called map triangles, and basically there's a curated map triangle, and I have a vanilla map triangle that exists, and they're like so good. They're so good ideas. I just need to make them actual videos, but I'm too lazy.
Charles, you have so many awesome ideas. You need to make videos.
Yeah.
like
I just need to get
that,
better and have more
please.
time.
That's what I told Cuckoo, and then he made that one video.
Yeah, it was decent.
Like you're gonna make the type of videos that I take notes while I watch, bro.
This guy's like, yes. That bird, why is that there? Oh.
Mhm.
The two people that are listening? Oh, yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
Two of them, who they are.
Yeah. Well, you know who he is.
The podcast lore.
Well, I can't name him, but obviously you know who he is.
Holy crap, podcast lore.
I think, all of us except for Knight and SirAdy know who that is. Yeah. Okay.
I'm a silly
You're
goober. I
silly
might
goose.
not
You're silly
know.
goose. Okay.
Hello?
SirAdy, I think one more question
Hi.
I'm probably going to ask you is there any other games that have heavily inspired your content as a whole, or like not content creators but games?
Christ.
I do
Christ
not
is a
know
game.
that game.
Which Christ?
Thank God.
Did
Thank God.
they make games about the Bible and the crucifixion and all that?
Finding of Isaac.
Not
for
good ones?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Finance at Freddy's.
My videos weren't really inspired by games.
5 Nights at Freddy's.
I think FNAF
Dude.
really inspired.
Dude,
Dang.
dude,
I do not see. I
FNAF
do not see
inspired
that.
Elva.
It's a joke. I don't really consider that. SirAdy, I'll say this. How do you feel about the FNAF movie? Big
the
film.
FNAF movie. They've just announced that they've started filming, which is very encouraging, given that the script has been in writing hell for like
As
5
long
years.
as Unturned
Yeah.
development. Dude.
Dude, when is the Unturned movie happening? Huh? I want to write a score
Tomorrow.
for
Isn't
that.
the Unturned movie already
Tomorrow.
released? Not made by anyone. 'Cause
Oh yeah. It was the
Not made
Polish
by
one, I
anyone. It
think.
kind of just
the
exists.
Polish Unturned movie.
Okay, dude, the Polish one is actually
Yeah,
good.
and there weren't any zombies in it, but it wasn't terrible.
Dude,
Wasn't
they
bad.
won an award.
Night
Wait,
Rider was in it, which was actually really
Night,
nice.
yeah,
and
Night was
stuff
there.
Let me-
Oh yeah.
dude.
I'm always
goddammit.
there.
Okay,
This movie
I'm
has
sorry,
lore.
but I had to bounce a bit early. It was thank you for coming on the podcast.
Shut up! What are you doing?
Bro.
I have to beat rush hour traffic.
All right then.
Alright.
Wow.
Trident,
Okay,
love
thank
you,
you for
man.
coming on
Keep
the.
going.
Okay, wow, he didn't even let me say goodbye
Yeah,
to
I didn't
him.
even
I
say
hope he
goodbye to him.
dies in a car crash.
Well, the traffic is rude.
Wow.
Dude, Trident Games. There's so many times that Trident Games has been sus on the
Okay,
episode.
I see it. I see it. They actually submitted the Unturned movie to like a festival or something, and they got qualified actually, which is
Okay, go off.
yeah. Yeah,
Pretty cool.
I don't know what the results are yet, but it's been accepted. It's been qualified.
Finally,
So we
machinima.
Pretty freaking
Machinima
Yeah.
representation.
Machinima. Okay,
Dude, the Unturned movie is real.
I guess we can ask this. What do you think about the most recent updates that have happened when it comes to Unturned and Nelson's released?
The building update, very good. I remember trying to build massive set pieces back in the day, and if you wanted to make a wall that was taller than one unit, you had to make floors and then make another wall, and then make floors and make another wall. But you don't have to do that anymore if you have the what's it called, the little construction
The building planner.
building planner. All right.
I think it's a
There it
housing
is.
planner. I don't even remember the name.
Housing planner.
Housing
Yeah.
planner.
As for the recent PvP balancing changes, and it kind of shook the community. I'll be honest, I haven't played PvP since they were released,
Dude.
so I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think of the
Yeah,
movement
and
update?
this latest update that he made it to where servers that are
Okay.
third person only, the recoil effects are negated for
I
them.
think that makes a lot of sense that he would do that,
Yeah,
but it also kind of says something about the larger scheme, in a sense.
and I don't
Wait,
think
there
that
was an update
completely
today?
negates the update, because then it's a third person only server. For servers who want first person as an option, the recoil is still gonna be a factor.
Yeah, pretty
If you
much.
cannot go first person, then yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
interesting. That kind of creates a new game to play.
I didn't
It's a-
realize there was an update today.
Yeah.
Bro,
Here's something funny.
Let me
dude
read
doesn't
this.
follow the Unturned Twitter.
I haven't. I have the bot.
I haven't been on Twitter today.
I have the bot
Let me
that
look.
tells me like, "Hey yo, Unturned updated Lamau." Here's the cliff notes.
Same.
Here's the funny part about that update is that I said this last time. I think I said this to Diddly, but literally to negate the entire update is up your mouse sensitivity by 2 if you just use third person. Literally,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like
Oh.
you can literally just up your mouse sensitivity by 2, and you will literally have the old system back. There's no need for complaining.
I did not realize
Yeah, but
that.
you'll screw over everything else. Like all your muscle memory when it comes to everything else will be screwed. But like if you really, really are that pressed by this update,
Are that-
could
are
make
that
a
ben-
macro. You could make macros that would like turn it all up and down and stuff. But
people made macro. I remember.
Oh yeah, no, because there's a lot of like computer mice that just have buttons on them to change your DPI, which I do. So, and I can see myself. I can absolutely switch between like a higher and lower.
yeah,
So
just one click away.
in combat, I could do that, but I haven't gotten used to doing that.
No, that's what I'm saying. But the one thing that Nelson did fix, I'm very happy about, is flinching. 50% reduced. I'm so happy. The only one problem I had with the update, for the most part, was just flinching, because I think the ridiculousness of camping was already prevalently heavy. Like when it comes to Unturned as a whole, like camping is like in gaming as a whole, camping is a pretty like easy thing to do. It's not hard. You're just sitting there and waiting for
Yeah.
someone to show up and to kill them. Which is why I really hate it. I played a lot against some really good players, and the majority of them are really surprised that I play aggressively. And the reason why I tell them is because I want to personally get better in close quarters combat with people, right? I don't want to be dealing with campers anymore.
Blunt force.
No, I don't even use
Blunt
blunt
force.
forces. Blunt forces are annoying. People use the shotguns in fighting, which I mean, fair to them. I just don't like them. There's entire tryhards that literally have like items in their inventory, and they specifically switch to different items depending on scenarios, and it takes like years to do, but they just time it perfectly. And good like kudos to them, but they're annoying.
Oh,
they're annoying.
Yeah, God, I hate you if you're good at the
No,
game.
I just hate that the idea of oh yeah, I need to take like 6 weapons to the battlefield. What is that?
Dude, I do that. What?
This is how you lose everything.
I do exactly that.
Well, if you're okay, you play on you don't play on vanilla servers. I'm talking about
imagine
vanilla servers.
admitting to
I'm
that,
talking about vanilla
bro.
servers.
Come on, Diddly.
I don't want to hear anything from the guy who made lore videos.
But you want to hear from
This
SirAdy.
is
Okay, sorry, SirAdy, you can't say anything anymore.
No, I meant the other guy who made lore videos.
Okay, sorry, Charles, you can't say anything anymore.
Yeah, we've all
Close
done lore
enough.
videos technically.
What did I do?
No, I'm talking about me, SirAdy, and
Diddly acting like it's a bad thing.
technically even Stas.
SirAdy, you should be offended by this.
Yeah, technically
call
even I
Diddly a
made-
slur.
technically
I think I'm allowed.
technically my entire fucking existence got inspired by SirAdy's channel too, so Addy, you are responsible for a big part of this community.
Am I
That's a shame.
responsible indirectly for the soundtrack of Unturned?
Directly, yeah, because I technically wouldn't start being around Unturned if not for your videos, so
So I'm happy to hear that that the presentation of Unturned's story actually inspired people to do anything at all.
Yeah, I think it really sucked, to be fair.
Absolutely. Wow, Charles.
Okay, he's the one that said that, man. I just
Debbie
wanted to
Downer.
continue it, okay? It was funny. It was funny.
Charles is what we in the business call a Debbie Downer.
Listen. I think I can say this
Hater,
about
hater.
the Mr. Beast of Unturned, okay?
Mr. Beast of Unturned.
No, but on a real note, though, literally, yeah, SirAdy's videos are very, very inspirational and are literally the bar for Unturned content. They are the bar.
Dude,
Literally.
dude, who's the SirAdy of Minecraft content?
And that
Phoenix.
means by extension,
Variety of Minecraft.
extension, then my videos are the bar for
No, they're
Unturned
not.
content because
No,
I
they're
took
not.
inspiration from
they're
SirAdy.
not.
You don't have the production
I think
quality.
the
I'm
problem
sorry.
with your videos as opposed to
Oh,
SirAdy
okay.
is that SirAdy has pacing. You really don't.
Wait, what's wrong with my
It's
pacing?
just kind of slow. That's literally it. It's just kind of slow.
Oh.
I think that's the problem with your content. I've watched a lot of your content, and that's the problem.
All right, I'll have to work
That's
on
why.
that.
That's why I try to make.
Just watch the whole video in 2x speed.
No, well, I mean, yeah, you can do
Damn.
that, but the original quality of video, because general audiences, again, we're talking about general audiences, will be just doing it normal. Plus mobile, we'll most likely have it on normal, not double. So, yeah,
I'll just say that
Correct.
if you don't like the pacing of this video, watch it on 2x speed, lazy.
this guy. No, I think it's funny.
I have to make effort to watch the video. Come
It's
on.
funny because
Oh,
Lap does a bunch of thumbnail reviews, right, for his channel, and I see a lot of problems with Lap's thumbnails, and I always tell him you have to consider the mobile version of audiences because he has text on the screen that really small, and I don't think of myself if I put this on a mobile device, it's gonna be so screwed. And I'm telling him no, do this, do that, blocking timestamps, do this, do that, and I literally had to tell him that. And it's kind of interesting because
Yeah, don't block timestamps. Don't have small text. Don't have an essay on your thumbnail.
yeah, because you gotta consider the mobile versions of video, which I think for me it was 30%. I don't know about you guys, but for me it's 30% of the of my viewers are on the mobile.
Yeah, I kind of had to learn that the hard way. I used to have essays on my thumbnails.
Yeah, I know.
But now I just outsource my thumbnails to Staswalle. Thank you, Staswalle.
I am the Unturned thumbnail guy now.
Then technically, SirAdy, you made the thumbnail for Night Riders, the complete story of Unturned, right?
I did.
No, that was
yes.
that was SirAdy. Yeah. Oh, I thought you said
No, no,
Staswalle, but no,
SirAdy.
SirAdy made it. Yeah, SirAdy.
Um,
I didn't even ask him. Thank you for that,
Wait, you
SirAdy.
just
He was
made
like,
it.
hey, I was bored. I was bored, so I made this thumbnail for you.
I just thought, okay, this is a big project. I knew for a video to succeed, you have to have a really good thumbnail. And I was lying in bed at night, and I was like, fuck, man, I have an idea of the aspects of the lore coming together like puzzle pieces and shit. And I think if you make the pieces big enough, it would look really cool on a thumbnail and clickable. So I tried my best. And I'm happy that it actually actually worked.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. I wonder if people thought it was a SirAdy video because of your style and just clicked it because of that.
Dude, the Serrati bait.
So
Serrati
literally,
bait.
well, I mean, he was in it, so
I was in it.
Is
I
it
was a part
bait?
of it.
Was it bait?
so what made you decide to read the notes that you did? What made you want those?
Pity.
I think I chose one of them, which was the Greece lore one, where the guy is plotting against the Hellenic forces. That one I just thought it was like a pivotal piece in the story, and I think I did two more or one more.
You did one more. You did the Scorpion 7 one that was like, I'm sorry.
Yes, the apology note, because I think that is like one of the most important, the most kind of heartbreaking notes, at least in out of the vanilla maps.
True.
It's like the first note that's
insane.
being read off in the video, right?
No, it was like closer to the middle.
Was it middle? I thought it was the beginning because
yeah.
I remember it. That's like the
Understood.
starting, but whatever. Maybe I remember wrong. No, I had a part in that video too.
Yeah, but yours was
Yeah,
kind
all
of
of us had one.
cheeks. I'm just
Dude,
kidding.
mine. You said mine was good. What are you talking about? It's because being
Well,
geek.
yeah, because I didn't know you then. I wasn't gonna like give you a full like a director's commentary on a 30-second audio
Yeah,
clip.
me and
But
Nate go way
yeah,
back.
if I had to rate all of them, if I had the option, I wouldn't have used your clip. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't
Oh
doubt it.
my
I'm
God.
I'm
be
just
real with you. Okay,
kidding.
something funny about that clip, my clip in that video, is it took me like 40 tries for audio. I think.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I feel bad now. You
I think
tried. I'm
the
sorry. It
problem
was
is
a good
here's a big
clip.
problem when it comes to audio, as opposed to this podcast. Here's because as I'm talking to people and I can stutter, I can say whatever I want. It doesn't matter. But when it comes to actually making the video, I think you guys could relate to this. Is that literally when I'm trying to read something or trying to remember something off the top of my head, I like fuck up sometimes because I'm just talking to myself, and I have to make the audio perfect, right? Like, well, perfect and not perfect, acceptable. I need to make it acceptable. So I have like hundreds of tries I've deleted for like audio recordings. Like I remember like my last video, it took an hour and 30 minutes per minute of audio that I did. Like that was AIDS.
Christ Almighty.
Because you have the option to like put more effort into it, you end up putting way too much
Yeah,
effort
and I just
into it.
okay, this sounds
That is very true. I do that so much for my latest video. That was one of the the biggest downfalls which stalled me. That I would try to record the part of the script. I would get demotivated because I thought this does not sound right, and I would just get done for the day, repeat the next day, and shit like that. But if you limit yourself, like Stas said, I think you can just get shit done. Just don't aim for perfection because you don't have any boundaries or any limits.
That's kind of what Danby said about the cycle, didn't he?
The cycle. That is an idea which he holds, and it's very true. A lot of curated projects, primarily, he refers to have really fallen in the trap. Like maybe some that maybe I shouldn't name. Yeah.
I know. I have big problems with a lot of people.
He knows.
I know. Okay, but here's another thing. Yeah, but like if you're making content on Unturned that's like that needs you to like read out a script, I think a good thing you could do for making content as a whole is have like a set day of when it's supposed to be existing, or like a set time in order for like it existing. Because
deadline.
Yeah, because if you don't have a deadline for something, or don't have like and make a roadmap for what you want to do. So you want to go in order, and then have it like kind of follow it loosely if you want to, or follow it hardly. It's up to you, and have a deadline. Literally, because it will never be done if you don't have a deadline. It'd be like, I did a little bit of work, and then that was it. And then eventually you'll just not work on it, and you'll just become sus.
You will become sus, Charles.
It will become sus.
Yeah, so have a deadline about your work. If you have like a project that you really care about, just have a deadline in general. That's something that you should do. Like my last video had the deadline of like me not start before I start school. So yeah, I mean you could do like events like that too. Like I think that's something good you could do. Yeah, it's amazing. Yay!
That's a very, very good, very sound piece of advice.
Are you trying to say, SirAdy, that my advice, the majority of the episode time, has not been sound?
No, it has all been sound. This one has just been
Yeah,
particularly
it sounds like
exceptionally
garbage.
sound.
That's a good one, Knight. That's a good one.
He did
Thank you,
you
thank
like
you.
that?
Okay. I don't know what else to say to SirAdy. I think SirAdy's a silly guy, and
SirAdy, have my babies.
Huh?
No, I'm
shall-
silly
I'm
as
sorry,
hell.
I lost control.
this
I'm
is why
sorry.
he's
I'm
not
sorry.
on the podcast anymore, folks. This is specifically why.
I miss him. I miss him though.
You-
He
you
was a
miss
I'm just
valuable
kidding.
asset.
Charles begged me to stay, but I couldn't do
told
it
him,
anymore.
well, again, I said this again. I'll say this again now. Is I told everybody when we started the show that you all have the ability to leave. Like, I'm not gonna keep you here, because again, I'm doing this show for fun. I set the goal for myself to make a show and to have it consistently be uploaded, which I've succeeded so far, and that's what it was. And like literally, I told you all, if you guys want to leave, you can leave, and I wouldn't. I would be disappointed. I'd be very sad, but
Aww.
you all can go ahead and do your own thing. I'm not gonna like hold you guys at gunpoint here, and to leave. I mean to stay. Fuck.
hold me at gunpoint to leave is like I've got sick of you.
I guess we're gonna see about that when the podcast gets popular.
No, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna
No.
happen.
No. It's a matter
Dang.
of monetization of this channel.
Dude, do you think this podcast would make any money?
Man, I was thinking because you guys, not to be mean, but you get like 200 views per episode nowadays. Like, how do you split that? Like,
I'm taking the money.
what's
I
going
like.
Oh,
No,
bro.
if the podcast was making any money, it's gonna go directly to the artist. I don't even want money from this show, to be fair. Literally,
I have-
it's gonna be paying Stas' like salary, which is like his entire like wealth.
Yeah.
So
Artists deserve what's good.
yeah, I mean, like I generally like when I didn't do this show for money. I didn't do this show for like much. I just wanted to basically get content out. I felt like there was a new wave gonna happen eventually with Unturned. I wanted to be there at the beginning of this year, and I wanted to bring a couple of my buddies along during the time, a couple of friends at the time, to come along with me and do the show. And I mean, it succeeded so far. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, but like if I was making money on the show, which would be like $1, it'd go directly to the artist because like, yeah. I mean, the thumbnail. What do you think about the thumbnails when it comes to like the art, SirAdy?
The thumbnails have gone through so many different art styles and such. The ones that Stas makes nowadays, I like them.
Okay, can you name one of the Stas?
Yeah,
Okay,
Stas
hold
is
on, hold on.
good.
Can you name one of Stas' thumbnails real quick that you like?
Yeah, the one that he just posted in the chat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Based.
Yeah, it does look good.
That's pretty good.
That looks really
That's
good.
pretty good.
I hate that it's on Yukon.
I know Flodo made the one for me like.
There we go. I wanted to know if you do. He knows a lore. He knows a lore.
He knows the
Flodo
lore.
Such banger thumbnails though.
Yeah. But yeah, like it was a good idea to get artists to agree on the actual like show. I forgot who was the original idea. I think it was me because I saw Baited. I don't know if you guys know who Baited is. The Baited podcast.
The one with Colossal is
Yes.
crazy.
Dude,
It used to have Keemstar in it. Do they still have
no,
it?
the Keemstar and Colossal were the two main people of that show. That was the main two hosts, and then like the
Right,
secondary
yeah.
person. No, but like that was the idea was like getting artists to do it was like from Colossal, Baited and stuff like that.
It's just, that's a really fun idea.
Actually, you know what? I think SirAdy, if
You
you're
know-
if you're close to any other YouTuber that's like in the mainstream, you're Colossal. I think you're more Colossal, but you just don't make like super like videos that don't attack people. You make general topics. You inconsistent uploads, pretty high quality.
You know what? If attacking people were profitable, I'd probably end up doing that as well. So
Dude, I
have no
can't wait to
integrity.
see it.
I'll just weigh whichever way the money is. You know?
You said on Twitter that every time you upload a video, you're just scraping the barrel for money. Is that like a true?
Bro.
It's partly
It's partly
true.
true.
Yeah.
Felt that. That's why I'm editing some videos.
What are you making like $2 on the on the videos? Like, were you really that down bad?
That is one of my
Maybe. I
favorite.
mean, maybe.
Sirati.
No, I feel like SirAdy's
That's
making like $2 on like CPM, and I feel really sad.
Hey.
Now, I was thinking, and this is kind of an insane thought. My videos tend to have an average of like a lot of views. Imagine that, but like at least once a month. That'd be quite lucrative, wouldn't it? But I just can't fucking get myself to upload enough. So
Would you?
really
Okay,
up
here's
close
a
it
question
is.
I'll ask you, SirAdy. In the event that Unturned becomes like, let's say, like we get like a general like Minecraft, early Minecraft days when it comes to content creation, would you be more motivated to actually come make more videos because there's more people looking for Unturned content as a whole?
I guess I can only really tell if it happened.
Because I
Yeah.
know I would.
I
Like
don't know.
I would be making videos where there's more people like interested in Unturned.
I would definitely wish to make more videos if I would actually.
The
make
bone
them.
collector,
I don't know.
get back here!
What? What was that, dude?
All right, this guy's
Definitely
elusive, and he's
Destiny 2.
running away from me. Quit with this little pussy.
Dude, Knight is living in his own like world, bro. Like he lives in his own world.
Okay, I got his ass.
Dude, what are you talking about, dude? Okay, never mind. Okay, okay.
I'm playing.
Dude, I don't even care,
okay.
dude. This guy's playing a different game while we're trying to record the episode. This is why you're off the show, bro. This is why you're off the show.
No, that's not why. SirAdy, you do not make that Tragedy of the Unturned podcast video.
No, Robocast is gonna.
Dude,
make
if
that video.
Robocast does a video on me, I will make a full documentary on why Robocast is a horrible person. I swear, like you will never see the
Bruh.
end of it, bro. I already have had it with that
Really?
guy. I've already had it with that.
What did Robocast
This
do,
is-
bro? What did he do?
Dude, Robocast
Are you-
made one of the
are you
worst
being
videos in
serious?
Unturned history that became popular, and I really hate it, bro. I hate that video.
But no, what did he do, man? He seems so harmless.
Yeah, so harmless. Yeah, a guy like that, so harmless. He said that tanks were horrible for Unturned as a whole. Dude, there's so many takes that Robocast has made that are so
yeah, I
cringe,
disagree
bro.
with that.
I swear. Go back to any like old talks of Robocast and see how dated his ideas were. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, and even some of the stuff that he does now,
Political.
it's bad. The only video on Robocast's channel that I really, really like, and I'll forever say that I completely agree with, is his Kids Next Door like video he did, which is not related to Unturned.
Oh, children.
What? It's a Cartoon Network show.
Huh.
Like I
Yeah.
grew up on. It was like it was a good show. I really liked it, and he did a good job on it. So I'll give him props for that.
You know, if you think about it, Robocast is the only Unturned YouTuber who branched off to something else and is still uploading.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is true. But he does work at a consulting firm for YouTubers, so I'm not really surprised.
Union did do good for a while, but he hasn't uploaded.
If he uploaded
Wow.
still, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that will make it.
Robocast is Robocast is Zaddy. Is all I'm
That's not
saying.
true.
That's all I'll
That's just
say.
not true. I don't know. Next episode will be with Robocast. We'll have okay. Just for
Okay.
general context, I don't hate Robocast. Okay, I think some of the points that he makes are really stupid and dated. I will agree with that, but like, no, I don't hate the guy. The guy's harmless. Like Knight said, it was a joke. It was a joke. It was a bit. Okay, don't take it seriously. And but like again, if you cut that out and just send that to Robocast, I want and like Robocast will probably just have a response and not respond to me because that's the person that he is.
Somebody cut that out and send it to him.
Yeah. If anyone knows like his friends or anything like that, yeah, go ahead and send it to him. No, I don't know what else to ask you, SirAdy. I think for the most part, I think we're done.
Have
What's
we
your
run
favorite
dry?
Sex position?
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Why
Don't.
do you always
This
come
is why
like
you're
this?
off the
Why?
show. This is why you're off the show.
You begged for me to come
I
back.
made a promise to you and you said yeah.
Can I come back?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. I guess I
Check.
should ask SirAdy this as a last question.
Would you like to come as the next
Yeah,
host
would you like to be
for
the
the
next host of the
Unturned
podcast?
Yes.
Holy crap, Lois.
Yeah, guys, let's
Okay,
get
okay.
it.
Next question, SirAdy. When will you follow me back on Twitter?
Have I not
No.
followed you? I'll do it in like 5 seconds.
All right, 1.
You should
Oh,
leave
okay.
Okay, no. I guess this will be
Bro.
the actual final question. Do you have any questions for us as a whole?
Any questions for you
Yeah.
guys?
Mm-hmm.
The Knight Rider, when will you return as a host?
Charles, can I come
No.
back?
No.
Never, I guess.
All right, thank you for your answer.
Mm-hmm.
Stas,
Yes.
are you gonna make a soundtrack for Germany?
Yeah, we don't talk about that
Okay, that's a difficult question.
It
Uh,
is.
My answer is: am I gonna make one? Yes.
Yes.
The way you interpret that sentence is up to you. Okay. I will make.
Just so you know, there is currently lawyers listening in right now, making sure that everything.
Oh.
What? The FBI is for.
No,
They have
lawyers. I didn't say FBI. I said
I am
lawyers.
I am the lawyer
Lawyers. Fine.
I
Okay.
am
Thank
the
God.
right now.
So
Yeah.
no FBI.
Is that the?
Listen,
is that your final question?
I don't know if this contract has an NDA or not. That's what I mean.
I see. NDAs are to be respected. They're sacred. The law is
Maybe you
sacred.
should have read the contract then, Staswalle.
I'm not gonna read. Okay, that's only 9 pages. But
Bruh.
I'm not gonna read 9 pages.
That's what I always read every like terms of service that I sign. I'm gonna be real with you guys.
No, I did read all of it. I did.
Because I don't want to get played by like you know what I mean. The two of you who are listening, you know.
Oh.
But I'd like to make something clear. The reason I asked about Germany specifically is because that map has been like on a weird back and forth where Nelson has longed to remove it from the game, but he just can't bring himself to do it. It's kind of in a.
Does that mean
shaky spot.
Germany's no longer canon?
That's why I specifically said that I will make it.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
For all legal purposes.
I'm not
For legal
saying that it will
reasons,
make
that's a
it
joke. For
okay.
legal
okay?
reasons, that's a joke. For serious. No, enter mom. Please don't kill me. That's a joke. You don't have any questions for me, SirAdy? I was really just expecting you to question me for something.
Fuck.
Uh,
Cucuycharles. Why will have you noticed that you haven't said Among Us this
I have,
episode
multiple times.
once?
He said it.
Have
Yes.
you? Oh my
Alright.
God, I haven't noticed.
This is kind of like I call this the cuckoo effect. He says it so many times that at some point you just stop
It
noticing.
becomes background noise. What?
Yeah.
The
yeah, basically.
It's funny because
Alright,
it's really an infection of the brain.
Kind of like Z-Man when he says P9 to fix his base raids. It's
That
just,
is just a quote. That is
background
just
noise.
a quote. That is not Knight's opinion on what P9 does. And it's
That's
yes,
his
that is just a
catchphrase.
quote. That is not my
If I see
opinion. My
6 people in
opinion
my DMs
is...
again, like last episode, I swear to God.
I have
Wait,
sent
what?
you a message.
Bro, why are there so many... Okay, now I gotta say this. My
That was a
true
joke.
opinion is that P9 to fakes his base raids. That is
Okay,
my
okay,
opinion.
everyone.
And Charles endorses this opinion, so send all hate mail to him.
Cookie mentioned something. Everyone still listening to the podcast, I need you all to ping Cookie on random servers and say that you have sent him a direct
Please do not
message.
do that.
That's it.
Please not do that. Please.
That's
not do
pretty
that.
funny. You should
Please
If
do
you
that.
do that, then you
Do
are
that.
literally like worse than like SirAdy trying to
Please.
search videos on.
That's just rude.
Hey, I'm just trying to link it back to SirAdy, man. Okay.
It's just marginally worse.
SirAdy, what Unturned mod should I make next?
Make a classic Dacia car, like a Romanian classic car.
I don't know what that is. Hang on.
Okay. Well, I think we're done with this episode. Does anyone have any final words
Yes.
before we end this episode? Because we've been going for a very long time.
Final
Yes,
words.
everybody, thank you for listening until the end of what could be the Ozymandias of the Unturned podcast.
What are you trying to say? Like, you act like I don't have people like
What am
still
I-
existing right now. You think this is it? You think this is enough? You think this is it?
No, hey, Ozymandias was not
is
the
the
last
last-
Technically,
episode.
technically,
What?
Asmodeus
Hey,
was
hey.
well, yeah, the middle of the bell curve. Okay, I'm at the end. Okay, I'm already at the end already. You have not listened to
I'm
the
at the end of my strength.
Dude didn't listen to the
You
lore.
didn't listen to the lore. Technically, Asmodeus is technically middle.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah. Well, it was good having you on, SirAdy. It was you were not a sus person like last episode.
Thank you for having me on. It's been a dream of mine to be on the Unturned podcast.
Was it really? Was
Ever
it really?
since I was a wee, ever since I was a wee
Ever
lad.
since you were a wee lad, yeah. It's kind of funny that you bring that up because like there's like people in like that have emailed the podcast asking to be on, and they're like,
Dang.
Really?
I don't know if they're listening, but yeah, maybe one day,
Said maybe
One
one
day.
day.
All right. Well, this concludes this episode. Fuck. This concludes this episode of the Unturned podcast. I've been your host, cucuycharles, and
Wait, I have a question.
One more question.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't. I just wanted to bug Charles.
this is why you're not on the show anymore.
Wham. That's all I
This is
hear,
why Knight
bro.
Rider will never show up on the show ever again as a host. I've been your host, cucuycharles, and
Okay.
bye.
How did you?
I have one more